Welcome to my podcast called Think Outside the Box. I'll show you how you can repurpose household items to make yard and garden art. The first several episodes of the podcast will feature projects from the book titled The Twisted Garden. Today I'll show you how we can make a cabinet from an old sink to display in your garden. So let's get started. Kids, don't let the kitchen sink overflow with suds. The kitchen sink can bring back dozens of memories, from playing with the suds as a kid, to washing dishes with Grandma before the days of dishwashers, to staying at an old cottage, and to roughing it at deer camp. The kitchen was the hub of the household. Everything centered around the kitchen. Cleaning vegetables picked fresh from the backyard garden. Canning fresh peaches and cherries during the hottest days of summer. And for anyone who can remember washing dishes before the age of dishwashers, it was quite the experience. First, we fill the kitchen sink with water so hot you can barely put your hands into it. And of course, it was always fun to squirt in way too much detergent, so the fluffy suds spilled all over the sink and everyone blew suds at each other. And then, ick! Remember washing the greasy pots and pans? Well, one day while driving through the neighborhood, I spotted a sink tossed out to the curb waiting for the next garbage truck. I immediately flashed back to the good old days of doing dishes at the kitchen sink. I decided I had to go back and get that sink. I had an idea. I could make a quaint old-fashioned sink in a cabinet to put in the garden. With a little creativity and an overactive imagination, I repurposed this old sink and gave it a new life. And today I'll give you the instructions on how you can make a sink cabinet for your own garden. Here is a list of materials that you will need: weathered wood boards or old barn wood, nails, a hammer, an old sink, an old window, additional accessories like an old birdhouse, an old pump, flower pots, garden tools, whatever you'd like to accessorize with. So first of all, decide on the size you would like and make a frame of that size for the cabinet. Using 1x4 weathered wood boards, attach the boards vertical to the frame. Attach a countertop and a backsplash. Mark and cut a hole in the countertop for the sink and fit the sink into the hole. To support a window, attach 2 upright pieces of 1x2 pieces of wood to both sides of the back of the cabinet. Attach an old window to the upright pieces of wood. With a permanent marker, you can draw doors on the front of the cabinet. Attach a vintage-looking doorknob and old hinges for authenticity. It's optional, but you can set a cistern pump on the sink or a flower pot or garden tools. I attached a birdhouse that has a wire attached to the back and hangs on a nail on the window. Thank you for tuning in. That's all for today. Stop in next week to learn how to repurpose an old microwave cart to use for your garden storage.